Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. So glad that you are here. Are you brand new? Have no idea what Cindy's Kitchen is? Well, not your average cooking video. We're a cooking community. So introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. We sit and chitty chat. We have a good time and there's some cooking. Quick, easy, yummy recipes. So welcome. Again, make sure you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from. And if you're watching the replay, don't forget #replay. I hope everybody's having a lovely March. Here in Texas, the weather is beautiful. The sun is shining. It's fantastic. And considering where we were 2 weeks ago, it's a yay, Houston. So there you go. Good morning, Debbie. Oh, it's sunny in Wheaton, Illinois. Good to know. And Gail says it's sunny in Chicagoland. Maybe the sun is shining everywhere. How awesome is that? Everybody having some good coffee this morning? I know it's later where you guys are. Maybe on the East Coast, maybe you guys are like already having lunch. I don't know. This morning's coffee cup is a beautiful pattern called Irish Meadow. Isn't that pretty? I've had it for a long time. Good morning, Rita and Donna. Thank you. Lois Ann's here. Hugo's here. Illinois, March is better than February. Well, we're early on, but you know, let's hope. Hey, Donna. Jean and Sue are here. Lois Ann, good to see you. Hugo from Brazil again. I'm so happy to see you. Sue's here. Doris, Charlene. You have this in a bubble mug. Yeah, you know this, I probably bought this 5 or 6 years ago. And at the time, it was one of my favorite patterns. It just, I don't know. It's very simple, but it made me happy. You know how I am. Good morning, Mom. Hi, Janet. So Janet, is it sunny in Spokane? I mean, 59 degrees is pretty good. Anne from the UK is here. Hey, so we have Hugo from Brazil and Anne from the UK. Good morning. There's Terry from Enid. Good morning, Terry. Heather's here. Oh, thank you for sprinkling, Lois Ann. We certainly appreciate it. All right. So I was only going to do one recipe for you guys today. I'm going to do two. But the second one is an experiment, and I have no idea how it'll work out. Normally, I do experiments, and you don't see them. Then I taste them, and if it tastes good, then I do it on the show. So today, you get to see how the back works and how the experimenting goes. Good morning, Brenda. Michelle, my childhood friend, good to see you. Hello, Judy. Janet, you are sunny. Good. I'm glad it is sunny up there in Washington. Kim's here. Tanya's here. Oh, okay. I'll be quiet, Tanya. You know that's not happening. I'm so glad, Michelle. Michelle is a nurse, and she's, I believe she's a locums, and so she's been traveling quite a bit. March is coming in like a lamb and not a lion. I do agree. I do agree. Good morning, Kim. All right, well, let's get started, shall we? You want to learn how to make a cookie? Well, we'll have to do a cookie someday, Hugo. All right, so raise your cups. Let's do coffee clinks, shall we? Raise your cups of coffee, hot tea, soda, water, whatever it is you may having, and clink. Cheers to you all. So, what's cooking in Cindy's kitchen today? Well, let me show you. I am making something called roast beef roll-ups. Oh, you're in OKC. Good to know. And this is very easy. I mean, it's almost stupid easy. Like, although that's probably not politically correct, right? Stupid easy. But really, oh, look, Michelle, my mom is saying hello. So Michelle and her family lived right next door to us when we lived in Enid, when we were growing up and we were a little bitty. So, good morning, Sandy. Hi, Helen. Helen, where are you from? All right, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, my friend Joanne came on. I needed to get one other thing, and then we can get started. So these are roast beef roll-ups, And literally, for the roll-ups themselves, we need 3 ingredients. 3, 3, 3. Oop, Jan's here from Michigan. Hey, Doris. We are going to need 60 yesterday, wind and chills today. Oh, my. Lisa's here from Florida. Good to see you. Okay, so here's what we need. Go to your deli. We need roast beef. We need cheese. And we need mashed taters. Now, you can make mashed potatoes. You can use leftover mashed potatoes. If you really want to get off of it, then you can buy mashed potatoes, right? Frozen or whatever. Helen's in San Antonio, the home of the Spurs. There you go. Anyway, so my law school roommate, Helen, my law school roommate, Carissa, lives in San Antonio. She's coming to visit me this weekend. I'm so excited. So excited. All right. So let's get started. So, how much? Well, it depends on you. If you just want to try this, just get a few. If you want to make a big thing, get more, right? All right. So here's what we did. You need your meat sliced not too thin, but so we got it 1/8 of an inch. So that's not huge. But I'll hold it up just so you can see. So can you see the how thin, thick, whatever it is? So you don't want it any thinner than that because it needs to roll. Does anyone ever have leftover mashed potatoes? Yeah. See, if I have instant mashed potatoes, yes, use instant mashed potatoes. Easy peasy. All right. And then you need some cheese. Now, originally, the recipe for this called for like a sharp cheddar. You can use whatever little cheese your happiness wants. Anne Marie, good to see you. We're using horseradish cheddar. Oh, horseradish cheddar. Has anybody ever had horseradish cheddar cheese? A little slice of heaven. It's got a good little whoop to it. But again, if you just want to use cheddar cheese, that's fine. You want to use mozzarella, I mean, whatever you got, whatever you want to use. Good morning, Claudia. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tilt you down just a wee smidge, probably push you back. And it's so easy, so easy. You never heard of horseradish cheddar? Oh, okay, I don't like that one. I may have to eat that one, or I may use it. Okay, so here we go. 1 slice. And we're laying it down on the cutting board. You guys do know that if you can't see the picture because of the comments, you can like slide your finger to the right, I think, and then the comments go away. But anyway, all right, so we have our piece of roast beef laying down. My cheese that I've gotten is wider than my meat. If that bothers you, you could do it in half. It doesn't bother me, okay? Now I'm gonna start my cheese down here at the end. Okay, so you see there, it doesn't go all the way, and that's okay. It does. Well, and by strong, I don't think it has a strong horseradish taste. I think it has one of those, you eat the cheese and you go, oh, this is good. And then in the back of your throat, you go, oh, hello. That's what I feel like it is. Now, okay, so you see, we got this. Roast beef, cheese, mashed taters. All right, so then you're gonna take some of your mashed potato and you're gonna put it right here at the end. You know, you're looking for the log shape, right? A little log. There you go, you see? And then we just roll up because, in fact, it is a roast beef roll up. Okay, so there we go. Rollin', 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 get your meat a rollin'. So there it is, right? And then we're gonna put it, the side that's left, the open side down, all right? And put it in a baking dish. This is the baking dish I'm using. Now, some of you, while we go on and make a few more, some of you are going to gasp when I tell you what the oven is set on. And this happened when I made my butter swim biscuits. Do you remember when we made the butter swim biscuits and I told you to preheat the oven to 450 degrees? Yeah, Gail, you do have to like horseradish. And some of you saw me put my Polish pottery in a 450-degree oven, and oh, no, 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 no. And so if you're uncomfortable doing that, can I get a gasp ahead of time? Yeah. Oh, I gasped and choked. If that concerns you, if it concerns you to put your Polish pottery in that hot of an oven, then don't. You can use something else. But I haven't had any issues. And so since I haven't had any issues with my Polish pottery at the 450 degrees, that's what I'm using. Although, you know, it could happen. Linda, hello from Illinois. All right, so I'm gonna, let's see, that's 3. I'm gonna get a couple more done. So again, in case you came in late, 1 slice, eighth of an inch thick roast beef from the deli counter, 1 slice of cheddar cheese or whatever kind of cheese you like, and then about a tablespoon, if you will, of leftover, or you can make it, mashed potatoes. Asifa from Pakistan, good morning. Good to see you. Make it into a little log and then roll it up, okay? And like I said, my cheese doesn't go all the way down. There you go, see, it's all rolled up. I'm gonna make, let me see, 1 more so that I'll have 5 in my little dish. And then we will put it in the oven. All right, we're also gonna make a sauce to drizzle. Do I preheat or put it in the cold? Mine is preheated. Some would probably say, I'm living on the edge, I'm being dangerous. So, you know, if that bothers you, certainly you could put it in a cold oven and then bring it up to 450. The thing is these only cook for like 6 minutes. So not a long time. And so, you know, there's the issue. You just cook a little bit longer. Remember, all this is cooked. All we're really doing is heating it and letting the cheese melt. Look at that. The other thing I might suggest, you know, I said leftover mashed potatoes. See what I got left? Is season your mashed potatoes. I like a good seasoned mashed potatoes. And by seasoned, I mean butter, salt, pepper, and garlic. Oh, yum, garlic. Okay, there it is, you see? So there we have our rolls. I have 5 rolls on here. The nice thing about this is you can make a whole plate, use it as an entree. There's no pasta, there's no rice. You just have the mashed potatoes. I suppose you could use riced cauliflower like that, not certain. Or you can make it for an appetizer, like if you were having a party, or a first course. We're gonna take aluminum foil and we're gonna cover it. La, la, turn. All right, so in the oven it goes for just about 6 minutes.
I timed it.
All right, so I'm gonna move. I'll make more later. Now, here's the, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this, but this is not the recipe. This is not the recipe you're watching. But I always do new things. So like when I'm trying to figure out a recipe to do it on the show, a lot of times I want to do it ahead of time so I can see how it tastes and how long it cooks and all of that. But today I have some issues. So I have an oven roasted turkey breast right here. Oh, and it's got liquid coming out of it because I already opened it. This is like 3 1/3 pounds. So there you go. Do I want this in here? Hold on. Let me see. I'm going to get the juice out of there, which means I'm going to empty my Polish candies onto the cabinet. And I'm going to pour that turkey juice in there. All right. So any kind of turkey breast, and I don't know if it'll be delicious or not. I'm going to do this in the air fryer. That's why it's oh my gosh, I'm not certain if this is going to work or not. And one of the things I've been seeing on a lot of air fryer recipes is that they're now making parchment paper for the air fryer. Who'd have thought? Now, the parchment paper for the air fryer has holes in it so that the air can come up from the bottom. Good morning, Esther. Good to see you. I didn't have any of that. So I took regular parchment paper and cut it in half so it would fit inside my basket. And then I just made paper dolls. So I cut it in half and did little things. And so I have little diamonds instead of little circles. So there you go. That's how I made my parchment paper for my air fryer. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is make my seasoning. And I'm using, you know what I forgot? Salt and pepper. Oh my goodness. How could we forget the salt and the pepper? Here we go. Do you like my little, I love these because they're small enough. A lot of the big bowls that they have for salt on the side are so big. And I do tend, I stick my hands in them a lot. I like these smaller ones. I go through them faster, then I wash them out, and then I start over. Just me. Anyway. All right, so I'm using this size bowl just because it's a flat, I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of like a plate, but it's big enough for my turkey to fit in so that I can get all the goop, all the good stuff on it. All right, so I'm gonna start, and I know this is gonna kind of freak you out, but I'm weird anyway, so I'm gonna start with some dark maple syrup. Now this says organic, but it was probably the only one I could get at the time, dark maple syrup. I say we're going to use it, but now, oh my gosh, I just opened my drapes. It's snowing like crazy in Michigan. Oh, Joanne, you need to come down here. You need to come down here. All right, so I'm going to use, this is a 3-pound turkey, and really, I just need enough stuff to totally coat it. So I'm going to use about 4 tablespoons of maple syrup. Now, you do know, pancake syrup is not the same as maple syrup. I'm sure you know that, but even if it says maple pancake syrup, that is not maple syrup. It's a whole different thing. You do need to thaw out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so about 4 tablespoons of maple syrup. And then that's the sweet part, but I want a little flavor in there. So I don't think that'll fit. No, I can never get my tablespoon in there. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do 4 teaspoons of smoked paprika. Again, making this up as I go along, it's flavors that I want, right? I'm gonna put a teaspoon of salt. You probably want a teaspoon of pepper. I'm putting a half a teaspoon. I put the whole in there. And then ground coriander. You guys know what coriander is, right? Tell us. Go ahead, share. I always wondered why they did this, but go ahead and tell me if you know what coriander is, okay? All right, so we're gonna use a teaspoon of ground coriander. As you can tell, I'm going for a particular taste here. And then a teaspoon of oregano. Does anybody know? Anybody know what coriander is? All right, oregano. So there we go. It smells good. Right. There you go. Everybody knows what it is. It's cilantro. I'm just going to use this to stir. It is cilantro. That's right. So I never understood why didn't they just call it ground cilantro or dried cilantro, a spice you don't have. I never understood. Now I know that Anne from the UK. Tell us. Do you refer to cilantro as cilantro, the fresh herb, or do you call it coriander as well? Because in the UK, oh, you're at their doctor's appointment. Well, Melissa, I hope everything goes well. Yes, so coriander is just a ground cilantro. Ooh, look how pretty that is, right? Almost looks like a barbecue sauce. Which I guess if I'd have put some other stuff in there, it might be. All right, so now I'm gonna take the turkey out of the package. There we go. And this, and you know, like I said, this just says oven roasted turkey breast. All right, so sitting that in there. Now the directions on this is the seed. Oh, coriander is the seed. Cilantro is the leaf. Tin can flavor, Katrina. Coriander, but you don't like it much. It does. Well, maybe that's, okay, so maybe you guys could try that. You guys that don't like cilantro, try the coriander. This was a Member's Mark oven roasted turkey breast. So in case you were curious, so it's boneless. All right, so I've set it in my little marinade, if you will, although not really a marinade. I'm gonna get my hands disgusting, okay? Because really, I just want this all over it, and I am gonna pour it on. So I'm gonna roll it all around in the yummy maple syrup. You found freeze-dried cilantro at the store. Yes, I have found that too. You can buy it frozen in the little cubes. I've seen that. Ooh, yum. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was supposed to preheat. I did not preheat. Oh! Things are flying in Cindy's kitchen. Hi, Aunt Ellen. How are you? All right. So this is all over this. You know how I feel about getting my hands dirty, don't you? All right. So there you go. I got it all over here. I'm going to go ahead and take out, are we at 6 minutes? Okay. I'm going to put this in. So normally the package instructions say to cook this at 350 for 15 minutes a pound. So, you know, about 45 minutes. When you cook something in the air fryer, it tends to take 20% off the cooking time. And you can cook it at a lower heat, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with 350. Really, that's only going to take about 9 minutes off, 10 minutes off. But I'm going to go ahead and stick it in there. I should have preheated. And it's going now, but it's not going to be preheated all the way. So anyway, if you wanted to marinate this, if you wanted to do this ahead of time and stick it in a bag and see if it'll all soak up in there, you certainly could do that. I'm going to see how much flavor this has. Now, why? Why would I do this in my air fryer instead of my oven? Because, no, here's what I'd like. I'm cooking it in the air fryer because when you cook things in the air fryer, they tend to be crispier on the outside. And it's how things are cooked. So you know when you cook from an oven, it comes from a heat, the heat comes from a heating element, and then it heats up the space around. If you have a convection oven, you'll have a fan in the back, and so it acts very similar. What's wrong? Oh, and so it acts very, is it out? Okay. It acts very similar to an air fryer because it circulates that air. The air fryer doesn't have that heating element, and so really it's that circulated heat, whole different kind of technology, and so it can make the outside much crispier. And so I'm intrigued. I want to see if it works. So again, there we go. Look how pretty. Ooh, ah. All right, I'm going to go wash my hands. Entertain yourselves, shall we? Sing a song. Jessica can come entertain you. Oh.
Hi guys. We've got Nevada, Wyoming. I always forget the other ones. Montana and Montana.
Montana and Nevada, Montana,
Wyoming and Nevada. Vermont.
There you go.
Those.
Okay. All right. Ugh. Although this smells. Oh. That's bad. Okay. You don't preheat. Look, see, we've learned a lesson. Do not preheat. Do not preheat with a piece of parchment paper because the air blows it up and it can catch on fire. We almost had a fire. No, we have New Hampshire. All right, so I have another piece of my parchment paper, and that means I have to make paper dolls again. So this is all I did. See, so much for doing things ahead of time. But at least with Cindy's Kitchen, you learn what not to do, right? I know, right? It's been an interesting week here at Cindy's Kitchen. You guys know we had snowvid, or whatever you wanted to call it, the pandemic of snow, and so we had 2 busted pipes, and that flooded our master bedroom and our master bathroom. Okay, that was bad enough. Then we had a pipe that bust in the utility room, and so that kind of flooded the utility room and kind of through the garage. Okay. I know, I almost burned the house down. That's bad. So that was bad enough. Well, because of all the other stuff going on, and I didn't really realize all that other stuff was happening, I didn't go and check on my freezer in the utility room. And come to find out, Debbie says hello. Debbie Lewis says hello. Okay, so see, I did it again, paper dolls. But this time, I'm actually going to put the meat on top of it so it doesn't burn. Okay, now let's see if we can do this without killing ourselves or burning down the house. Anyhow, I didn't check the freezer, and come to find out, the freezer, I guess during the storm with the electricity going on and off, the freezer went dead, and we lost everything in the freezer that we have in the utility room. Everything, lost it all. All right, here we go. In on the paper. There we go. Yum. All right, I'll probably throw that marinade away, but not certain. Okay, so there it is, and it's going in, and I have it set on 400. We'll see how it works. All right, while that's going on, we're gonna make a sauce for our roll-ups. So anyway, we lost everything in the freezer in here. We lost everything in the freezer out there. Lots of meat, because I cook a lot. There was tons of stuff in the freezer. And we lost, and then, wait, it gets worse. It gets worse. Yesterday, Jessica and I were moving around some stuff because there was a cabinet, like a big Rubbermaid cabinet that was in the garage that we're moving into the backyard because we're gonna do garden on the patio. We're gonna do a patio garden this spring. And we wanted that out there to keep all of our supplies in. And while all that happened, the spring on the garage door busted. And so the garage door, when it busted, the wheels came out of the track and the whole thing went like this. Like the garage door is now. And so I had to call for help because Philip was in the ICU all day working and to try to get the door back down so somebody wouldn't come in. Arati, hello, good morning. I know, so now we have to replace a freezer and the garage door, and it just, it's a lot. Okay, to go on our roast beef roll-ups. Now, assume with me that you didn't use the horseradish cheddar. Maybe you just used regular cheddar on our roast beef roll-ups. This is a horseradish sauce to go on top. Because, for me, not enough horseradish. Look at this. I finally got something with Rebecca's, has always been her logo for More Polish Pottery, is that butterfly. And I never had a piece that had the butterfly in it. And so I finally got a piece that has the butterfly. It's a little ramekin. Isn't that pretty? Butterfly. All right. I hope so too, because we have to wait for the insurance company to send the restoration company to do all the demolition for the bedroom, the bathroom, and the utility room. Right now, there are 275 people on their list. 275. We're number 43, I think, on the list. No, I haven't gotten my energy bill yet. I can't wait. So so we still are going to have all that destruction. Who knows? All right, horseradish sauce. let us talk about. Now, I am going to use this. This is a Polish horseradish sauce that Rebecca sells on her Polish food line at More Polish Pottery. I love it. It is wonderful. Wonderful. Now, I thought, because I love this and it tastes so great, and it doesn't have such a bite, I thought it was very different than prepared horseradish. Whoops, why did it go off? Go. I don't know. Okay, I really thought this was a horseradish sauce, and this was prepared horseradish. Now, that being said, if you look at them, they're pretty much the same. The look inside is pretty much the same. This really bites you. The Polish brand is much better. So I read the ingredients. Interestingly enough, they pretty much have the exact same ingredients, except the American brand that I had in my refrigerator that just says prepared horseradish has egg in it and high fructose corn syrup in horseradish. Really weird. Does your electric company reimburse for food loss with no power? No, the electric company doesn't. I had to file it on the insurance. The Polish brand does not have eggs, but it does contain milk, but it has no high fructose corn syrup in it. Weird, right? So this has a lot of bite, but you can use it. But I'm just telling you, I was quite pleased that the Polish brand that I'm using does not have high fructose corn syrup. So there you go. That's the one I'm going to use today. If you have it, you can use that. If not, you can use just regular prepared horseradish. So here's what I'm going to do. So that's about a tablespoon, but I'm going to need more. So I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of horseradish. You can buy a prepared horseradish sauce that really is more like, it looks more like a mayonnaise. You certainly could do that. All right, and then I've just got some half and half. And I'm gonna put about, let's see, 1, 2, maybe 2 tablespoons, or that may be a little bit more. And I'm just gonna whisk this together. Now, the only thing I might add to this, and that's just because it's me, is, hold on, I'm gonna add some garlic powder. Because really, nothing hurts. It never hurts to add garlic powder to anything. It's my thing. I was reading an article the other day about, superfoods to eat to help with inflammation. And garlic is always on there. I'm like, woohoo! I should be in high heaven. All right, let me taste. I think it's lovely. Oh, and it's got quite the little bite. All right, so there is that. We have no idea how our turkey is gonna work. Do you wanna look at it? You wanna look at the turkey? Let's look. I like it that we can just open it and take it out. Ooh, look already. It smells lovely. It smells quite lovely. I do know that about halfway through, yours just has vinegar, salt, and horseradish. Well, that's a good thing. Like I said, I looked on the back of this brand, and it said horseradish root, water, white vinegar, soybean oil, salt, artificial flavor, egg, sugar, sodium, something or another, gum, something, citric acid, spices, high fructose corn syrup, lemon juice, and something else. That's a lot of ingredients for just horseradish, right? So that's why this one is a good thing for me. All right, so let us look. Hold on, I'm coming. Is it still hot? A little. Okay, so here we go. Remember, we put these in the oven. So let's take our foil off. Ooh, look. Let me see if I can lift it up. Our cheese is all melty. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, I tell ya, gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna get a little plate. Wildflower. I'm gonna get a little plate, and we're gonna get one of these on here. So really, at 450 degrees, oh, and did you notice? My Polish, I know, artificial flavor. It could be anything, I know. My Polish pottery plate is still in one piece, didn't crack or do anything. I'm not saying you have to, I'm just saying it did. All right, so here we go. And then I'm gonna put, look at that. Look at that, yummy. You're probably going, that is way too much. Could be way too much. And the beef is still pinkish, yes, because you don't wanna, I mean, it's deli meat. You don't wanna cook it anymore, right? All right, I'm gonna go from this direction. I'm gonna set it down. All right, here we go. Come on. Obviously, I could have used a knife, right? But I'm not. All right, so look, our mashed potatoes are in there. There's our cheese. There's our roast beef and our horseradish sauce. Ready for the taste? So, this is what it tastes like. It tastes like I went to a restaurant, or I made it at home, and I took the perfect bite of a roast beef dinner, where you have your roast beef and your mashed potatoes and your horseradish sauce, and you cut a piece and you put it all on there, and you have that perfect little bite. That's what this is. This is a perfect roast beef dinner bite. Yum. We say K nice too. We say K nice too. I don't know what that is. Oh, knife. Yes. Use a knife. There you go. Well, that was pretty yummy. I'll let you know what happened. I know the dogs are larking. When I say yummy, they all come running. They do. I will tell you something we never do. I'm on a bunch of food blogs, food things that I follow. And there are quite a few of them that post this all the time. And it kind of bugs me. We're removing inactive members. Why? What does it hurt? So I'm not removing inactive members. You can be inactive as much as you want. I would love for you not to be inactive. I would love for you to talk and chat and share recipes. The other day, somebody told me to use a small ice cream scoop for the deviled eggs, and I was like, oh my gosh, this works really good. Joanne turned me on to Saigon cinnamon and the Danish batter whisk. You guys are always giving me good hints and tips, and I want to share them with you, but you know, we should share with each other because we are a community, and I appreciate everything you guys do so much. Anyway, so I'll let you know how the turkey turned out, although you know it's been in there for about 15. Let's look. I think I'm going to give it a flip. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay, I'm going to give it a flip. Yeah. Maybe I'm going to give it a flip. Maybe. There we go. Ugh. Oh, yum. All right, I'm going to give it a flip, stick it back in there. Because really, all I'm going to need is about 30 minutes. And then I'll have a turkey. I have an icon to now join you live. Just saw it. Oh, yeah, cool. If you wanted to come on, we could do that sometime. Anyway, so don't forget, I did this in a 450 degree oven with my Polish pottery. So there you go. Well, good, Kim. I'm glad. All right, and so that's what it looks like in my dish. And then, of course, that's what it looks like. With the Lenten season, do you make capriottata? Helen, I don't know what that is. Capriottata. Capriottata. What is it? I'll look it up. Capriottata. I'll have to look it up and see what it is, and maybe we'll try it on here, Helen. That would be good. Or if you have a favorite recipe, send it to me, and maybe we'll give it a shot, since I've never heard of it. Anyway, I do hope you give these a try. Really, it's a quick trip to your deli counter for roast beef, cheese, and then some leftover mashed potatoes. I hope you have a great day. From my kitchen to yours, may your kitchen be filled with quick, easy, and yummy recipes. I will see you guys on Saturday. Have a lovely day, and thanks again so much for being here with us. Bye.